I have a superstar
Oh,
in the studio.
don't
with me
hype me
today.
up too much.
And he's the first person who's ever interrupted my intro as well. But it's because he's a superstar and he's allowed to do that. So Brian Kleinschmidt, thank you for being here, man.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Your mic actually interrupted you first, not me.
Yeah, I slapped it out of the way. Get out of here.
That means we're going to be dropping some mics today.
We will. Exactly.
Well, thanks for having me.
Speaking of dropping of mics, you actually have a new season of your home, 100-Day Dream Home, which is the thing that you are definitely most known for. You and Mika, your wife, your co-host.
Yeah.
You, as you like to say, you're the second most popular host of 100-Day Dream Home.
Well, no, I've been voted the second most popular host. Yeah. No, Mika's incredible. Love doing life with her and doing the show with her and doing business with her, really.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you guys have, I've gotten to know, your business with Dirt to Design and got to see how the show works. It's incredible. And you're involved in other shows.
Yeah.
One thing that I was really excited to just have you do here is talk about a little bit of your backstory. Can you explain how you went from where you started to where you are now? You've told me personally, but people need to hear this, man. It's pretty fun. A
little bit of luck and a lot of hard work, but I feel like I should be asking you because you are also a co-star on 100-Day Dream Home this season. Brad was featured in an episode and has another one coming up, so it was great partnering with you guys and looking forward to many more. But gosh, I think my love with construction started with my grandfather. He was always so handy. He built his house with his own two hands. That's still standing today.
Wow.
Passed that down to my dad.
Where is it?
Up in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Passed it down to my dad. My dad passed it down to my brother and I. We've always just loved working with our hands and creating.
Yeah.
I went to UCF in Orlando, and I actually went to college for radio, television, broadcasting. So this is like coming full circle.
Perfect.
My parents always said I had a great face for radio, so here we are. Here we are. But when I was at UCF, I really got passionate and involved with Habitat for Humanity.
Oh,
and that's when I got really involved with the construction aspect, but also helping people out. I fell in love with that.
Yeah.
Every spring break, we did a thing called Alternative Spring Break. We went up to Augusta, Georgia, and we built houses for the week.
Really?
And I loved it. But after college, my life didn't take me that direction.
Yeah.
I actually had a marketing minor, and my first job out of college, I worked for Sea-Doo, the jet ski company.
Wow.
And me and two other guys, we traveled all over the country demoing jet skis. And just as fate would have it, my boss's fiance worked for a production company.
Yeah.
And the production company did, all different types of shows. And I used to MC the Sea-Doo events. And she said, "You're really good on the mic. Would you ever want to do television?" And I was like, "Nah." I said, "Right now, I really love what I'm doing. It's a dream job." That just kind of ended, but I stayed in touch with her for all these years. And now she's the executive producer of the production company that we film 100-Day Dream Home with. So all those years, we stayed connected.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's wild how it all worked out, but here we are.
I feel like that's actually one of your superpowers, just in observe, because I've known you for a little over a year now. I think it's when we actually first met, when you first came to the office.
Yeah.
And that is definitely one of your superpowers is I'm always surprised. You will if we do something together, you'll always text me afterwards and say, "Hey, thought it went super well."
Yeah.
And you just are really great at staying in touch.
And I have a photographic memory, which also helps, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do. I'll recognize people from second and third grade and they're like, "How do you remember me?"
Wow.
But
I know how I remember you.
Yeah.
But how do you remember me? Yeah.
Exactly. And my parents always taught me in life, never burn bridges, right?
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to need someone's help or they're going to need your help.
Yeah.
And it all comes full circle. But life took me to Nashville, Tennessee with my first marriage. And my ex-wife was pursuing a country music career up there.
Wow.
So I went up there and helped support her dreams.
Yeah.
And I said, what am I going to do in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
So I started flipping houses up there.
Yeah.
And I did really well at it.
Yeah.
And then I got a little bit greedy. Learned some lessons, and I had 3 projects going simultaneously in East Nashville. Yeah. And then 2008 hit.
Oh, yes.
Bottom of the market, dropped out, and I literally lost everything.
Yeah.
My marriage fell apart. I went through a divorce. I left Nashville with $17 to my name.
Yeah.
$17.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh my gosh!"
Can you photographically remember the
yes,
screenshot
I can.
of the bank account?
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, I used to walk around with $17 folded in my wallet.
Yeah.
Just to kind of remind me of that part of my life.
Yeah.
But losing everything, I gained so much. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. It regrounded me, refocused me. You know, I had to save up money to pursue my next dream in life.
Yeah.
So I hit the road again with my old job, and I did sports and entertainment marketing.
Yeah.
Traveled all over the country, but I knew I didn't want to do that long term.
Yeah.
So when I was on the road, I would always want to work out to, you know, get my aggression out, get my focus, get, you know, stay in shape. And I found these gyms, Anytime Fitness, where you could go to all these gyms all over the country. And I said, I would love to do something like that.
Yeah.
So I saved up all my money for a full year, moved back home to Tampa, and started my very first Anytime Fitness franchise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and it's so funny how life works, because I had the biggest crush on Mika in high school.
Yeah.
But we never dated.
You guys went to high school together.
We never dated in high school. I always wanted to date her, but she didn't quite want to date me.
Yeah.
But when I was
why.
secret shopping all the local gyms to see what my competition is going to be, Mika was the general manager of the gym right down the street.
No way.
Yes. I said, "Are you Mika from high school?" She said, "Yeah, I've been here since high school. You know, I'm kind of tired of this place, but I still love the gym business."
Yeah.
I said, "Well, come on board with me. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm building the gym up the street."
Wow.
So her and I, we started with one franchise, expanded to 4.
Yeah.
And, you know, help people, you know, for 10 years, we help people lose weight and achieve their goals there.
You had that for 10 years?
10 years we did Anytime Fitness.
Dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
We sold our very first one, our baby, for a good profit. And I said, you know what? I want to get back into real estate.
Yeah.
Like that part of life back in Nashville in 2008 felt like it defeated me and kind of took me down, but not out.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I ever get a chance to kind of get that demon back, I want to do it.
You want to get him. Yeah.
So Mika got a real estate license.
Yeah.
And we just went to town. We started partnering with local builders, JVing projects, and building spec houses.
Yeah.
And at that time, I reconnected with Jen from college.
Yeah.
Remember I told you my boss's fiance?
Yep.
And she says, you guys got something going. Like, you're building houses really quick.
Yeah.
Nothing on the network is showing new construction. Would you guys be interested in doing a show? And I was like,
oh, wow.
okay. It was my birthday, April 19th.
Yeah.
Is when that first call happened.
Wow.
So the way it happens, you shoot a sizzle reel, which is kind of like a mini episode. Then you shoot a pilot episode.
Yeah.
They air the pilot. If the pilot's successful, they go to series, and here we are in season 5 of the show.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Getting ready even for future stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it's funny how it works out, and everything works out for a reason. And you can't really see it when you're going through hard times.
Yeah.
But like they say, hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
And thank goodness for the divorce. Thank goodness for me losing all my money.
Yeah.
Moving out of Nashville. Like, I just feel like if things were different, we wouldn't have the HGTV show. We wouldn't have impacted the millions of people that we do on the show.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here talking to you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, life's a funny journey.
It is.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so crazy I didn't, so we've talked about some of that. I didn't know the whole thing, the whole enchilada. That's incredible. One thing actually that we have in common is in 2017, I actually got divorced. My wife and I split up, like totally rock bottom.
Yeah.
I basically took all like the debt from our marriage, like literally had negative $50,000 to my name at the time. Like literally no money and a ton of debt.
That's worse than $17.
And I'm like, yeah. But dude, I had the same, what you just said is thank God for the divorce.
Yeah.
Thank God for hitting rock bottom. Thank God for all of it. Because I literally was like, that was like a turning point, boom, where I made a bunch of decisions.
Yeah.
And then my life literally took a completely different path. And now it's going really well. I have a beautiful marriage, 2 kids, amazing business. I get to meet people like literally it's going, you know, amazingly well.
Yeah.
Have you seen that that's a common thing with, because you get to meet some incredible people. Like you get to hang out with the other stars from HGTV. I know you know Ty. Like, have you seen that that's kind of like a common thing? Like there's a kind of a bounce from the bottom?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think I've talked to anybody that has just kind of like a, you know, perfect story from childhood all the way to where they are now. I think you have to have those moments in life to appreciate the moments that we're in right now, right?
Yeah.
You know, life's a roller coaster. Ups and downs and lefts and rights and sometimes upside downs, literally. But it makes it all worth it in the end.
Yeah, totally.
You appreciate the everything else.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So being, you know, a star from HGTV.
Oh, stop.
Do you like it when people call you a star? Or do you not like it?
I don't really like it because, I mean, I'm the same person I've always been. And
you totally are.
When people meet, you know, Mika and me, they're like, you know, you're the same people that you are on TV. I'm
you
like,
literally are.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to pretend like we're somebody on TV and then in person people get something else. So we feel like
I actually think you're even nicer in person than you are on TV.
So I'm a jerk on TV.
Yeah, you're.
That's what he means. That's what he means. No, we're the same.
Thank you for that. That's going to be a great clip.
We're the same that we've always been, and I don't see us changing anytime soon. We're still loving what we're doing, and I mean, we appreciate getting recognized and people coming up to us because. When people watch our show, they feel like they know us and their family. So people come up randomly and give us a hug. Like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, they feel like they know us. Yeah. And that means we're doing something right.
Yeah, you totally are. Yeah. One other thing that is I find really cool and actually awesome as a contractor, and I think that you guys don't get enough credit for this, is you actually show what people actually spend on their project. Like you don't like a lot of contractors get really mad and they did the whole house for $100,000. No. Like you showed our renovation and you showed the actual number.
Yeah.
And
we want to keep it as realistic as possible.
Bravo.
Yeah. Yeah. And we also, on our show, we love highlighting the people actually doing the work.
Yeah. Like
some of these shows, the hosts pretend like they're doing everything, which is so unbelievable. Like show the teams that help accomplish the dream.
Yeah.
We have the best, not only production team, but also construction team, and we wouldn't be able to do it without them.
Yeah.
So why not highlight them?
Yeah.
And we 100%. Always have and we always will.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously I love that because I got to be a part of 2 episodes this season.
Yeah.
And on that point, so you said, it's unrealistic that you do everything yourself, but at one of the projects on demo day at Ed Jones for demo day, dude, you actually you realize that you did about a quarter of the demo of the whole house like yourself.
Oh no, I still like doing manual labor
that day,
but I don't like pretending like I'm doing it by myself.
Yeah,
like why not highlight the team? You know what I mean? So no, I do like getting dirty. And
the demo crew was like, they were like, "Who is this guy? Why is he doing our job?" I was like, "That's the guy."
No, I still like rolling my sleeves up and getting my hands dirty. Falling off ladders, hitting my eye. There's some dangers involved with what I do, but I still love it.
Yeah, it shows.
Yeah, we just have a blast, and we're looking forward to making many more seasons.
Yeah. So for contractors, because obviously kind of like for a lot of contractors, their dream is to be on HGTV. Mm-hmm. Like it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to contractors who literally want to be on HGTV? I mean, obviously there's some basic things that have to be in, but as having achieved it yourself, like you're on HGTV almost every day. Whenever I turn it on, it's like either you're on a commercial, they're showing a rerun of 100 Day Dream Home where you're airing a new episode. What advice would you give to contractors who want to be on the network?
It's crazy. So if you really want to be on the network, it's I don't know. You almost have to think opposite. Like when we got the show, we weren't looking for it.
Yeah.
So it seems like if contractors or hosts, they're like really trying too hard.
Yeah.
You almost just need to be doing what you're doing in everyday life.
Yeah.
Do it really well.
Yeah.
And get noticed in creative ways, like doing a podcast or Instagram channels. Like HGTV, believe it or not, that's how they find a lot of their talent.
Yeah.
Is through social media, through podcasts like this, through YouTube videos.
Yeah.
It's not the ones that are banging on HGTV's door and be like, hey, we're really good at what we do. We want a show.
Yeah.
Just show them what you're doing naturally.
Yeah.
And if it's meant to be, it'll happen.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? That's literally actually how I met you, basically.
Yeah.
And I met can I mention Terry?
Yeah,
I'm trying to
absolutely.
mention Terry, right?
Terry's
so
great.
Shout out to Terry. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So Terry is really a major piece of the backbone of Dirt to Design.
Yeah, she's our project coordinator.
Yeah, she's freaking awesome. Love her. So I met Terry. I remember we went to lunch in Tampa, literally through a BNI connection. I was connected to her by, do you remember Jeremy and Danielle Stevens from Bella Vita Design?
Yeah.
They were on like season 2 or 3
Yeah, they've been
or
on a couple episodes.
Yeah.
They helped us design our personal house.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bella Vita Design. So they introduced me to Terry, and then Terry and I had lunch, and then literally, that was literally like in 2021 that I met Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I didn't meet you guys for another 2 years after
kind of that seed was planted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we connected on a couple projects. And then all of a sudden it was like, hey, let's actually meet. And then it turned out you wanted to do renovations and it was a perfect timing. Yeah. And it literally was like very, very serendipitous. But,
seed time harvest. And I think a lot of people, they plant that seed and they want to harvest the next week.
Right.
It takes time.
Yeah.
I mean, look when my seed was planted for HGTV.
Yeah.
It was way back in college. And it didn't happen until these last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
When I wasn't really even looking for it or seeking it.
Yeah. What is your what's your outlook on, like, there's obviously a shift happening in kind of like people's attention. And obviously you're very busy with your show. I don't even know how much attention you pay to this, but there's a shift in people's attention away from TV and onto social media, streaming, stuff like that. What's kind of your take on that scene as a whole? And let's talk about that for a second, because it's still, the TV networks still are incredibly, their reach is huge still, but it is starting to shift.
Yeah.
How are you looking at that? Because obviously you're very active on Instagram.
It's definitely happening. And I can ask my daughter Jade every single day if it's happening. So my grandfather was going to gift her a TV that he just bought like a year ago.
Oh my God.
And it was like a 30-inch TV. Would have been perfect for a room. And Kooks is my grandfather's name.
Yeah.
He said, Jade, you want this TV for your room? And she said, for what?
Yeah.
Kids don't watch TV.
Yeah.
They're on their tablets. They're on their phones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
People's attention spans are definitely getting shorter.
Yeah.
So I do see a shift in programming.
Yeah.
Our episodes might need to start being tweaked down to 30-minute episodes and just packing it in.
Yeah.
It's hard because there's so many different distractions that are getting people's attention.
Yeah.
So I do see a shift to shorter format things.
Yeah. Do you have any designs, any plans that, like, anything you're thinking of, like, man, I think we would want to do this in order to cater more to that? Like, any of your, like, future plans?
Yeah, we've got some different ideas to capture a younger demographic, a younger audience, and a shorter attention span, but still giving them the content that their parents probably love from HGTV. They want those. They want the same feel-good, feelings that their parents get from watching the before, during, and after.
Right.
They just want it much faster.
Yes. Yeah. And feel that.
I mean, even sporting events, right?
Yeah.
Bucks games now. I love my Bucks. I love the Bucks. But it's hard for me to sit through 3.5 hour game now. Now I'll watch like highlights and I'll watch the whole game in 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like it's instant gratification society, which makes it tricky for you because, I mean,
oh my God.
Yeah. People want their remodel in their beautiful house tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes. And you know what I found is, like, you almost, for me, we have to, like, remind people, like, hey, remember, it's still people doing it. I still got to have a guy drive out to your house. I still got to have the drywall delivered. Still got to have it. So I literally have to literally we break our business down into pieces. You've kind of seen this.
Yeah.
Like, we have a crew that brings the drywall into the house. We have a different crew that hangs the drywall. We have a different crew that finishes the drywall because they're specialists at that thing, right?
A lot of coordination.
Yeah. And so it's like there's so many people, like literally just bodies on a jet. And you're on job sites like literally almost every day.
Yeah.
You're always on a job site. Whenever I call you, you're on a job site.
Yeah.
And so you see it's literally still people doing the work. And the crazy thing is the robots are not like right there about to come onto the scene. We still have decades before this is done by automated machines.
AI is not building houses.
No. It can write an essay, but it's not ready to build a house. It'll get there obviously eventually.
I hope AI doesn't take over hosting gigs on HGTV. Could you imagine Mika and a robot?
Could you imagine Mika and a robot?
It might be better. I don't know.
Let's talk about kind of the show for a second. So what I love, one thing that I love about you is I call you the king of one-liners. Like, you are the best one-liner guy. And people actually don't get to see how good you actually are at one-liners because most of them don't make it into the show.
I know, right?
Dude.
They cut all my good stuff.
You bang the one-liners constantly. Whenever I'm shooting with Brian, because you always do all the construction stuff.
Yeah.
It's literally like one-liner. And they're not like actually cheesy either. They're actually pretty good. Where does that come from?
I think I have to blame my grandfather and my dad for those. If you think I'm quick, they're even quicker.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot from them. Here's the thing though. Yes, it's construction and we take it serious, but we don't ever want to take ourselves too seriously. Yeah. People like to watch our show to have a good time. Yeah. Kind of escape reality for a little bit. They want the beautiful design and the beautiful afters. Yeah. But they have to have fun. Construction can be very boring. as
Dude,
you
it
know.
can. Yes.
So trying to keep it fresh, engaging, exciting, and funny.
Yeah.
I think our fans appreciate that. And I think that's why they keep coming back.
Yeah.
It is harder to come up with one-liners because the more seasons I do, the less material I have, but I still have some good ones coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've never heard you repeat one.
Yeah.
Just to put it out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, and the thing is, we want our viewers to have fun, but let's face it, we also have to be having fun filming the show.
Yeah.
It's got to be fresh for us too.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're still having a blast. The day that we're not having fun doing this,
Yeah.
we'll probably stop doing it because what's the point? It's
Yeah.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
If your viewers knew how much work, went into 1
Yes.
hour
I actually
episode
want to
of
talk
television,
about this. Yeah.
it's hundreds of hours.
Well, elaborate, because I actually didn't realize.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, like Joe. Can I mention
Yeah.
Joe? Dude, there's the camera guy Joe.
Yeah.
Who's kind of like he's a huge workhorse as far as like most of the shots I see. I'm like, okay, I know Joe made that shot,
Yep.
that shot. This dude, he's got to work 89 hours, 90 hours a week
Oh,
while
yeah.
you're in.
I mean,
while you're
it's
shooting.
nonstop. And, sometimes we have 12 projects going on at the same time for the show. So I'll be at one of your sites, at
Yeah.
one of Rad's sites. We'll
Yeah.
be bouncing. I'm changing outfits. The producers tell me, okay,
You literally bring extra shirts.
yeah, here's what the last scene was about. But
Yeah.
we shoot, I would say 100 hours per episode of 100 Day Dream Home. And it's
Yeah.
not even an hour episode. You got to think.
Yeah.
It's about 43 minutes with commercials.
Yeah.
So all that work, all that footage gets edited down to 43 minutes.
The editing is a machine. There's like, what is it, like 3 different cuts or something like that? Like
Yeah.
first cut, rough cut, final cut, something like that.
Yeah, there's
Right?
a rough cut, a fine cut, and a final cut. But
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
so and our team edits as we go along. So
Right.
as soon as you and I film something,
Yeah.
it's getting shipped off that next day, uploaded, and they're editing the show as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how you're super busy. Mika's super busy
Yeah.
because Mika's actually in a ton of the scenes, and she actually does scenes that you're not in as well. Like
Right.
you both are just like it's literally like a simultaneous, just like like knocking out scenes as you
tag
go through
team
the
it.
project. You
we,
do.
We divide and conquer.
Yeah, you do.
What's fun for us, and you guys might not know, but a lot of times we don't see what each other's doing
I know.
until we watch the show.
I know.
Because we do a lot of stuff separate. Obviously, I love the scenes with her,
Yeah.
but the separate scenes are always good too.
Yeah. So you personally,
Yeah.
like how do you, so one, you have a great relationship with your wife, right? Like I've seen that firsthand.
Yeah.
You're genuinely a happy person. You're enjoying your life.
Yep.
You're successful in business, right? You have Dirt to Design, which is also successful, and it's also a real estate company, and there's projects going on, and there's a lot of activity.
Yep.
You're in great shape. What does your day look like? Like how do you keep that in check? I know it's a little wild,
Yeah.
but it is also, I have noticed it's also structured.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you have to have somewhat of a routine.
Yeah.
But you also have to be flexible at the same time.
Yeah.
So on the drive over here, so I'm a licensed real estate agent as well.
Yeah.
I was planning on doing something else after this. Well, I got a call. I have to go to St. Pete after this.
Yeah.
So I like to have a routine, but you also have to be flexible and be able to, just kind of think and plan and change and adjust on the fly.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes both Mika and I successful. We will outwork anybody.
Yes.
But we aren't, if we have a schedule for the day, we don't mind deviating a little bit but still getting everything done.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes us a great team as well. Like I said, just like on the show and in real life, we divide and conquer.
How do you prioritize? Like what's your criteria for like, okay, yeah, I'll deviate my day for that?
Family's always definitely first.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah, of course.
Jade, oh gosh, Jade is the love of my life. I love Jade to death. So, I mean, I love driving Jade to school. She's in 10th grade now.
Wow.
Careful, the kids grow up fast.
I know, man.
So no matter what, I always drive her to school.
Yeah.
So if something came
Every
up.
day.
Every day.
Wow.
If something came up and said, hey, Brian, we need you to film this at this time after I drop Jade off of school.
Yeah.
Like that's our moment to spend time with each other. And then family time at night is super important to me. Everything in the middle, I don't mind the chaos.
Yeah.
I love a lot on my plate. I tell you what, if I only have one thing to do in a day, I feel lazy and sometimes I don't get it done.
Wow.
If I have 10 things on my plate, I eat it all up.
Yeah.
I need more. I'm like a juggler in a circus, right?
Yeah.
I need to be juggling to feel like I'm productive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just feel like I'm just sitting still.
Yeah.
And I can't sit still.
Yeah. So you have the show, you have family life, you have business stuff, obviously extended family, like normal things for life.
Yeah.
Are you looking at adding anything in the near? You also have basketball.
I play a lot of basketball.
You play a lot of basketball.
I play a lot of basketball. I mean, it's important to work hard, but also play hard. We need that time to, refresh and recharge our batteries.
Yeah.
And Meek and I, we don't hang out with each other 24/7.
Yeah.
I have some friends who do that with their spouse. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's important to have your own interest,
Yep.
your own hobbies, your own time to yourself. She's actually in Savannah this weekend with her sister and her dad, and they're enjoying Savannah. And I'm like, I respect that.
Yeah.
I enjoy that for her. I think that is important to come together when you need to, but also have your time apart.
Yeah. Is there anything you're like going to be like adding into your life, like anything new that you're adding in?
Nothing that I can tell you right now. But I will say we are always, we're so creative. We love thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
We always have to be pushing the envelope to what's next.
Yeah.
The next level.
Yeah.
If it ever feels like in life, not just with the show, but just in life, if it ever feels like you're going like this, I don't know. Some people may think that's successful.
Yeah.
Like you just paycheck every week, the expected every week. We kind of like this.
Yeah.
We like rolling the dice.
With
like
the general uptrend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the general uptrend, but I don't mind going down a little bit to go up higher.
Yeah.
Dip higher, dip higher.
Yeah.
Like we always want to push the envelope. We always want to be doing something new.
Yeah.
Our motto is like, what's next?
Yeah.
Like that was great. What's next? Or how can we make that better?
Yeah.
We don't want last season to feel like this season.
Right.
We don't want next season to feel like any other season.
Yes.
We always want to be figuring out like, how can we take it higher?
Yeah. Is there anything that scares you?
Ooh.
Because I'm literally thinking, I'm like, dude, this guy literally, because let me just put in context for anybody because I'm around you, I get to see it.
Yeah.
This guy is around like high pressure situations, has to be entertaining on camera, has to be interesting, has to control situations. You're also a producer on the show.
We are.
Right? Like you guys actually produce it. So you have to control the thing to make sure it goes right, have to make sure all the scenes get hit. Obviously, you have an amazing production company. North South is incredible.
Yeah.
Stephanie Joseph, like everybody.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're also in collaboration shows with other stars who have their own situations and are stars in their own right.
Right.
Do you ever get nervous?
You know what's funny? No, it feels natural. And the more you do it, the cameras just kind of disappear.
Yeah.
It's almost like now, like I don't even feel like there's cameras on us. We're just having a conversation.
Right.
You also have to remember, most of our projects are not on television. So Meek and I, we're both real estate agents.
That's
we
true.
have a ton of things going on off the air.
Yeah.
So sometimes we'll be filming an episode for the show and working on that project. Meanwhile, we're juggling phone calls for other stuff.
Yeah.
What am I scared of? I'm definitely scared of heights. Even though I'm 6'4". Remember when we were on the roof?
Yes.
So Brad and I were up on the roof.
You
moving
did
some trusses.
You did good though. You actually did really well.
I don't like heights.
Really?
For my whole, that's a hard question, but for my whole life, I've always wanted to make people happy.
Yeah.
Make people laugh and entertain people. Yeah. And I think what I'm scared of, it's not selfish. I don't hope it doesn't sound that way, but when people don't think I'm funny or when people aren't entertained or when people don't care anymore, I think that's what I'm scared of because that day will eventually come.
Yeah.
I mean, Meek and I, we're not gonna be on TV forever. We get it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm scared for that. And I think that's why I work so hard and enjoy all these moments now.
Yeah.
Because I do know it's not gonna last forever.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Shit. I needed to just take that in for a second.
Yeah.
That's actually very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
we're not slowing down yet, though. We're just getting started.
I want to say, like, I want to slightly disagree with something you said. Man, I think you guys have such a long runway. Like, there are people who are literally known. Basically, they hit on one certain thing, right, and then they continually transform through the rest of their life, and they're just known till they die.
Right.
You know, like. This is just totally my opinion. Like, but I think I've actually told you this when we had dinner one time. Like, I think that you guys continue on. Mm-hmm. Like, I see stats about like most watched shows, blah, 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 whatever. I've been out with you guys and my salespeople, like my estimators and project managers have been out with you guys in downtown St. Pete and seen you get recognized 3 times by people driving down or walking down the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of, there's a high level of public interest. And once you get to a certain point of public interest, like Ty, for example, right?
Yeah, we love Ty.
Anything he does, it's Ty Pennington did this. Okay, good. Well, I'm interested. It's Ty Pennington do it? Okay, I'm interested. Bottom line, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you guys totally, if you're not already there, you're going there. I think you're going to go there.
I appreciate
That's my
it. Yeah,
personal opinion.
we love Ty. He's we always looked up to him, obviously with Extreme Makeover Home Edition, and now the fact that we're friends and hang out, and I text him, it's wild to think that we're in the same conversation as Ty Pennington. He's like up on a pedestal.
You totally are.
Yeah,
100%.
So, I appreciate it. Yeah.
What do you think? So, hopefully, you can answer this without you can. So this is in no way a prediction of any future shows or anything like that. What is the one show that you think HGTV is missing and needs to add in?
Ooh,
like you're like, man, I wish they would just do blah.
The Ty and Bry show. That'd be fun. No, you know what I would love to see? Is more behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
There are so many great scenes from our show that get cut.
Yeah.
Bloopers, stuff that goes right. I would love to show more of that.
Yeah.
And a show that highlights that.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
I think the viewers, almost like in America's Funniest Home Videos of HGTV.
Yeah.
I think it could be a lot of fun.
I think that could hit.
But
that could hit.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I'd love to show more of what happens. I'd love to almost turn the cameras on more construction, more production, and show how the show's made.
Yeah. Dude, that would actually be really sick. Ashley and I were talking, Ashley, my wife, who you've met.
Yeah.
One thing that we were talking about after we watched the first episode that Home Love was in aired, which was amazing. Super loved it. Our team watched it. They loved it. One thing we were saying is like, man, the amount of behind the scenes stuff that people would be very interested in just on that one project. We're like, oh, man, there's some sort of a reality, almost like, Live PD.
Yeah.
That's a very bad example. Like, it's kind of like, I'm from Pasco County. They did it in Pasco County for like years.
Yeah.
Almost like Live PD style or like Ice Road Truckers of construction. You know what I mean? I think that would hit.
I think people would love to see it.
Yeah.
Because people always ask us that kind of stuff. And you got to think, for North South and our editors, it is so hard to pick the best of the best of the best. I know you and I shot a scene about cabinets, and it was an interesting scene, but, it didn't make the show.
Yep.
So like that would have been a great scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never know. It's, the network is always evolving and morphing into different things.
Yeah.
And
yeah, totally.
people are always wanting new content as well.
Yes, that's right. So in terms of being more involved in the network, do you see yourself ever moving into more of like a production side role? Because sometimes you see stars that like movies or TV or otherwise, and they eventually move into more of an advisory role, and they actually are then producing. Yeah. Like I think Mark Wahlberg does that. Like he produces a ton now, right? He's not in so much, but he's like, hey, I know people are going to want this. Let's do this. Do you ever see yourself potentially doing that?
We're doing it now. So we're doing it simultaneously to doing our show. So we're producers on 100 Day Dream Home. We're consulting producers on 100 Day Hotel Challenge.
That's right.
But yeah, I could see us down the road.
Well, you're losers and winners on 100 Day Hotel Challenge, from what I've observed.
Who you cheering for? I know you're cheering for Mika.
Brian.
Okay, yeah, good answer. That was a crazy show, by the way.
Yeah.
So Meek and I were the winningest couple on HGTV, and now they decided to split us up. So after 100 Day Hotel Challenge, there's going to be only one winner and only one undefeated Kleinschmidt on the network.
There you go.
But no, Meek and I, we always have ideas.
Yeah.
3 a.m, I'll wake up and I'll write down the paper. I'm like, oh my God, this would be a good show idea, right? And we actively pitch stuff to North South. Some stuff they laugh at. Some stuff they say, that might have some legs on it.
Yeah.
But I do see us down the road being more of the producer level and helping other HGTV, upcoming talent.
Yeah.
Because there always has to be new talent coming up.
Yeah.
It'd be like the NFL, right?
Yep.
If you just have the same guys playing, you'd run out of players.
That's right.
You have to have the new draft picks coming up. So we always, I don't know if you watch on our social, we always help promote every single new HGTV show. We need all these other shows to be successful.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
So we cheer for everyone. We cheer for everyone.
Do you think everybody gets that in the circle?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the HGTV talent, a lot of the viewers, they're like, okay, this show's better than this one, this one. I don't want to watch that one anymore. We need all these shows. And there is enough viewers for everyone to be successful. Absolutely. Just like with construction. If you guys were the only construction business in Tampa, you couldn't handle it all.
Yeah, we'd be screwed.
you need other construction companies to be successful for you guys to be successful.
That's right.
For your subs to be successful.
Yeah. And on a network like that, you build a network effect of if people just like there is a certain level of like, And actually, I think this is a sign of success that HGTV has done this successfully so far.
Yeah.
Is you walk into any doctor's office, dentist office,
we're on.
chiropractor,
Yeah.
HGTV is on.
Yeah.
100% of the time, which then boosts all of the stars, not just Brian and Mika, right? It's everybody.
I think oil change places. Like I'm oil change the other day, and it was
Oil
airing.
change too. Yeah, there you go.
I think it's a safe channel. People feel comfortable
That's
there,
right.
and people feel like that we're their friends, and we are.
Yeah.
Just by watching us. It was funny. I was at the dentist office last year.
Yeah.
And I sit down in the chair, and I go back, and I look up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, our show is on. I asked the hygienist. I said, can you please change the channel? I said, this is really awkward. I do not, hey, believe it or not, I do not like watching myself.
Yeah.
And I do not like hearing my voice.
Yeah, me either, actually.
I'm like,
I have a very nasally voice, and I can't hear how nasal it is when I'm talking to you right now. But if I hear it back, I'm like, dude, turn me off.
so all these marathons, people are like, you and me always watch those marathons over and over. We don't. We watch every episode one time.
Right.
Because we're involved with the production. We also watch all the rough cuts and the edits. So once it airs, we've seen it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So we watch it one time and then on to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think it is a safe place where people can go and feel at home by watching. I can't tell you how many stories that we have of people who watch us when they're recovering in the hospital.
Yeah.
And they said, I know you have no idea who I am, but you helped me beat cancer. You helped me beat this. You were with me every day, and I watched you, and you cheered me up.
Yeah.
You made me laugh. You made me feel like I was part of the world, even though I was stuck in here.
Yeah.
And hearing those stories makes all of this worth it. And it's the reason why we do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Who'd have thought that like a show about building homes would do that for people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what it comes down to is it comes down to your and Mika's talent at telling stories.
That's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah.
So season 1, we focused a lot on the construction, right? Season 2, we started, obviously you still have to show construction, but the stories of the families, it's what keeps people coming back.
Yes.
It's what keeps every single episode fresh, and it's what makes us love what we do.
Yeah.
That final reveal, the reason why they need this house. Not just, letting them dream, but also help them fulfill their dreams.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even moving forward, we are going to focus more and more and more on the families and the community. If you watch our show lately, we love getting out and highlighting local businesses in the Bay Area, so they can all be successful.
Yeah,
it's not. We don't want it just to be people watching it to watch Brian and Mika.
Yeah,
there's got to be so much more, and that's hopefully what we're going for.
Yeah, I think you're doing it. Yeah. Like I was really impressed at how many different companies I saw showcased just on Nina and April's episode. Yeah. I was like, wow, okay, they got a lot in there. Mm-hmm. And that's great because then, so you guys have built like if you look at like PR, public relations, right? Mm-hmm. Not in like a bad way. Like some people think PR is like a bad thing, but like your guys' PR position with the public is very strong from what I've seen. Yeah. Like the level of trust is very high.
Trust.
And from what I've seen, you guys take that really seriously. Like,
absolutely.
Just as an example, if you guys refer, like let's say you recommend Home Love Construction to somebody, which you have, and thank you. Mm-hmm. That's if something like goes amiss with that project or it looks like it could be going bad, I immediately get an email from Terry or you or Mika. Yep. Like sometimes from you and Mika directly of like, hey, there seems to be something going on here. Can you make sure it's good? Yeah. And then I check it, make sure it's good, fix it, whatever, and then we go forward. But that's something that is incredible to me is that you're in that position of having such a high level of trust, but then you do the right things with it. How did you learn that? For lack of better question.
Both Mika and I think it's the way we were raised. Yeah. And even before we got into real estate and HGTV in the gym business. Yeah. There's hundreds of gyms, right?
Yes.
Why did people choose our gym? We were one of the most successful Anytime Fitnesses, and I'll show you.
He's committed.
That's the Anytime Fitness logo, my friends.
He's committed.
We were one of the most successful franchises all over the country. Yeah. And it came down to something this simple.
Yeah.
We outcared the competition.
Wow.
People are looking for a big answer. It's as simple as that. And you know what? You can carry that to any business.
Yep, that's right.
So in real estate, we outcare the competition.
Yeah.
On our show, we outcare hopefully every other show.
Yeah.
And I encourage, Home Love, I know you guys out care the competition.
Yeah, we really.
But that simple motto has taken us this far, and I think it's going to take us even further.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So I want to start wrapping up here. I do want to make sure that, you mentioned doing real estate a couple times. You guys do have a real estate company.
Yeah.
How can someone work with you if they want to buy, or if they want to sell a home?
Yeah. So Dirt to Design is our company, and you can just go to dirt2design.com, and we'll take care of you as best as we can. We do have a great team of real estate agents with us, our project coordinator. Yeah. We cannot tackle all of the projects, but we hate saying no to anybody, which is why we've partnered with Home Love, with some other great construction companies in the area. Yeah. So when people reach out, we can say yes. Yeah. And we can confidently feel that they're going to be taken care of. Yeah. And like you said earlier, they trust us, we trust you. Yeah. And together we help fulfill as many dreams as possible. Before we started partnering, we were trying to do everything ourselves. Yeah. And we were running ourselves ragged. Yeah. And we got to the point, we got frustrated because, and people reaching out were getting frustrated because they said no. We never want to say no. Yeah. So you guys give us the opportunity to say yes. Yeah. So now we can help out as many people as we can.
Yeah. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And as far as you guys do listings as well. You actually sell you help people sell real estate.
We've got listings right now. Yeah.
Could you imagine having Mika, I was going to say Brian, but having Mika be the person representing your real estate?
We're actually listing.
How amazing.
We're actually listing the Rock the Block houses right now.
I know.
That aired. Yeah. I'm actually heading there after this.
Oh, okay.
We've got some pending houses already, but at the end of the day, it comes down to helping people. Yeah. And whether it's a gym business, whether it's construction, real estate, whatever, we want to help as many people as possible.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude. Thank you for being on here.
Thanks for having me. It was great.
I feel like it's a privilege to know you. Definitely to work with you and Mika. It's amazing, and I can't wait to see what the rest of season 5 of 100 Day Dream Home holds and what the future holds for your guys' amazing career.
This is just the beginning of not just Brian and Mika, but I think our relationship. I think we're gonna dominate the Bay. I really do together. And keep your eyes peeled because Brad's gonna be on another episode coming up, season 5.
Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.